It'll be fine. Good morning. It is Monday. That's one of my fave reaction channels. I love her. That is Milky Chai on behind me on YouTube. Good morning, Linda. How are you this morning? I hope your appointment went well that you had last week. I am waking up. That's what I am doing. I'm waking up. Here we go. I had a lovely, I think you can kind of see it right here, a little lovely coffee spill. But I'm just walking, so I don't care. Hey, Abby, how are you? Two more the next 2 Fridays, and then you should be good for a while. So let's see. How was my weekend? My weekend was chill. Joe Bob on Friday. Onto your right knee. I gotcha. I transplanted my tomatoes. And yeah, that's about it. Transplanted my tomatoes. Seriously? Sometimes, Abby, that's the only thing that gets me on here. No. If I skip it, it'd be like Chantal. So yeah, I walk. No, I did not. Because while I will talk a big game, I'm not gonna follow through and eat with dirt under my nails. I have a thing called a nail brush, and it's really cool. Somebody should introduce it to Chantal. I know it's super high tech, but it's like a little brush. Clean under your nails with it. I mean, life-changing for me. My food got a lot less gritty. I have no idea. I know it's very high tech. Or maybe it's old tech, because there's always been a nail brush at my grandma's house. But yeah, no, I clean my nails when I wash my hands. If I don't clean them every time I wash my hands, because I wash my hands too much. Is there too much? So I know that Linda doesn't watch too many other reactors, but right now Milky, one of my favorite reactors, is live streaming. So I have her on behind me What she's doing now is a side-by-side picture comparison to see if the hamster that Chantal showed on her proof of life video, whether it's the same hamster that she had when she got back from Canada to Kuwait. Because she made that comment on one of her recent mukbangs sitting there. I think it's too soon to tell. It's been like 2 weeks in a day, something like that. And I'm definitely able to talk a lot more easily, at least towards the beginning. Talk and walk without, I'll be that at the end. But I do notice that my thighs, my quads, the back muscles under your butt, they're not as sore. They were sore last week, and they're not as sore. So that's an improvement. But yeah, I can definitely talk easier while walking. That is for sure. Okay, so that picture that you might be able to see behind me was a picture of her hamster in her air fryer. Because that's fun, right? Let's play around. Put our small pets into cooking apparatus. Yeah, honestly, I had a hamster when I was little, like elementary school. He took a lot of neglect. You know, I fed him. I didn't feed him cheesy puffs. I cleaned his cage, but he definitely, looking back, was in too small of enclosure. And I probably could have fed him better things. But I had him for I think 2 years. Not super long. But in all the time that I had my little Milo, whose actual name was Caramello, I was a kid. My very first pet was a rabbit. And his name, I don't remember the order of it. My mom remembers the order of it. But my first pet was a rabbit. His name was Bugs, Peter, Hippity Hop, Easter. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No, she's not a kid, but we saw how she treated her cats. And to be fair, I don't want to be a dick about hamsters, but hamsters, fish, they're small animals. I could kind of forgive a person for not caring for a hamster in the ideal way to treat a hamster. But bigger pets, cats, dogs, the ones who legit will come interact with you more. They're not stuck in a little cage kind of thing. And we saw what she did to Sam and BBJ. So if a hamster is admittedly easier to ignore, I don't want to say that, but kind of. So yeah, there's a way. I hate her. She should not have any pets. She should not have anyone in her life who is dependent upon her for anything. Thanks, Abby. Yeah, it's hard to put into words. I don't want to be like, who cares about a hamster? But no, it's not like that. It's just, it's in a cage. It's doing its own thing. It can be kind of easy to forget. Cats, they were all over her. Literally on her. She held them. Maybe I'm a weirdo. I check my cat's feet every weekend. Check his toes every weekend. Make sure they're all clean. He doesn't have any like gunked up litter or something in between. Make sure his nails aren't too long. Because cats are weird, man. Right? Like, I checked his nails, not this past weekend, but the last weekend. They were all trimmed. They're all good, right? I trimmed like one nail that week that had gotten long and sharp. This week, he had 2 nails that were like long. Like, I trimmed you last week, bro. He's like, I don't give a shit. You are mutilating me now. I am in hell. And you are torturing me. Why do you take my claws? But yeah. And especially since it seemed to have happened to her once already. I wasn't in the gore world. I guess first time. She let the claws grow into the pad. With one of my and yet you still do it, don't you? Who knew? An adult can take responsibility and do the things that need to be done. Yeah, my Seth cries like I'm killing him. I put him in a nice little, like, I get this pillow. I cradle him. He's supported on a pillow. I'm all wrapped around him. He's secure. He tries to pull his feet away, but he doesn't fight me. He does scream and yell like I'm cutting his entire foot off. And then he holds a grudge and stares across the room at me like I'm the enemy. But you never want your pet to feel irritated or afraid of you, right? But guess what? He's a cat. He gets over it. And he's never had his nails grow into his pads. So who's in the picture? Oh my God. Okay, so wow. So Abby, so as far as we know, she's never really taken her to the vet. Fuck. One of the things that I'm actually concerned about with Foodie, and I'm working on how to put it in a video in a way that's possibly less problematic, but being is how we know that there's no love between Chantal and Salah. And beings is how it's a very much patriarchal culture. Look, I'm going to spit it out. Because where they are, Salah has more power and control over her, even though he's not a Kuwaiti native. Being a man, he has control over her. And what I keep worrying about is, and just worrying on a human level, because fuck Chantal. But worry about on a human level is what happens when he's had enough of her crap. What happens when he's had enough of her grossness? What happens if he's like, you know what? I'm fucking sick of your tantrums. What happens if he pops off and starts hitting her? Is where I'm getting at. That's where I'm getting. If he wanted to keep her there as his cash cow, he could easily remove all of her ability to contact her haters when he's not there. Physically, she couldn't stop him from doing that. If he takes back the key, leaves in. I mean, maybe I watch too much true crime and I watch too many horror movies, but not everybody is a Pete's and not everybody is going to kowtow to her for the rest of her life. And she's in a situation. She's in a situation where she's with a man that she doesn't really know, a country that she doesn't really know, where socially, culturally, it's his job to control his wife. That's what I'm worried about. She got pretty litter a year ago, and it turned blue, indicating a UTI. That's when people really started pushing for vet visits, and she dug her heels in. No shade, but Chantal has been protected by her white woman privilege for a long time. Even Nader only went so far because he knew she would go online and tell. Now all bets are off, and people have tried to warn her. Exactly. I mean, yeah, white woman privilege will get her far. And I think that she's full on racist. I think that she is racist AF. I think she's probably more racist than my dad, which says a lot. Seeing as how one of his times in prison, he got the old Nazi SS tattoo, you know? But she only ever goes for guys that she thinks she's better than. Pete's. Since she's been on YouTube, we've pretty much only seen her with non-white men, right? I think that's because she's racist. What it's like to be a woman in a country like that. No, she doesn't. When I went to visit my baby sister in Italy over the holidays, Italy. My sister gave me a little heads up. Look, just put there. Guys are more forward. Like, stick with me, you'll be fine. But like, don't freak out and reach for your pepper spray if a guy just grabs your arm because he's just trying to talk to you, kind of thing. So for Italy, definitely a Western country, I needed to get tips on what it's like to be a woman in Italy. And she's right. Italian men, they're super handsy, polite, but super handsy. I'm from Africa, believe me, I see so many pitfalls. Yes. Thank you. What part of Africa, Abby? Yeah. So she's used to living in a white country. Nigeria. Nice. When I was in middle school up through high school, my area, we started getting a lot of Somali refugees. And let me tell you, a lot of them in my area actually settled on kind of like the same street / cul-de-sac with a lot of, multifamily housing, which I get. You're in a weird place. You want to be around what's familiar. But let me tell you, they may have been from Somalia. They may have been Muslim. gave the best Halloween candy. Not gonna lie. The best. But yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've met anybody from Nigeria. Chad, Somalia, and Egypt. I have friends from, but you're my first Nigerian friend. Yes. Me and my American friends. I know, thank you. But yeah, in the US, especially when the whole Me Too movement. Oh, it's been 20 minutes. Well, this has been a really fun conversation. And if I didn't have to hop in the shower and, head to my work, my job, the thing that you do to make money when you don't have the pretty privilege that Chantal has. But I would love to stay and chat with you more. This has been so fun. And 20 minutes went by like nothing. Oh, thank you, Abby. You're the best. I love it when I see you in all the other chats. All right, so this is me saying goodbye so I can get in the shower and wash this sweat off. Even though I showered last night, I'm going to shower this morning because I'm gross. Chantal, this is what you do. You get gross, you shower. Anyways, love you all. Have a great day. Maybe give me a subscribe. If you didn't like it, guess what? I don't care. Bye.